It is mailbag time here on NFL Daily. Tyler Jones here with you. Appreciate you joining us. On today's show, we will answer your questions. These come from our live shows that we do here on the channel, and we'll see what you guys have in store this week. You use the hashtag NFL or Super Chat to get on the mailbag shows, part of our live shows here on the channel. Let's start out with the first question from Kyle. Kyle with a $5 Super Chat writes in, will your Seahawks extend Geno Smith? I think he earned it. Flores is a defensive-minded coach. So, Kyle, very good question. In case you people don't know, I host a show called Seahawks Today on our Seahawks channel here at Chat Sports. And I got to tell you, I have been so happy for Geno Smith of the year that he had in 2022. And he has earned the right to come back and be Seattle's starter next year no matter what. If they somehow ended up with Bryce Young, I don't care. Geno's got to be your guy next year, and even if you draft a quarterback, they need to sit behind Geno and let him have next year, learn under Geno as far as I'm concerned. Yes, they will, I think, take care of that and possibly end up franchise tagging. Slim chance that they have to, they will, but I do think they'll extend it. Next question from Aldo with a $10 Super Chat. Are the Dolphins going to be a Super Bowl team after hiring a new defensive coordinator in Vic Fangio and second-year coach Mike McDaniels? I think the Dolphins are heading the right direction. They got a lot of good going for them. You look at that offense with Tua and with their receivers and company. I mean, Jalen Waddle, Tyreek Hill. I mean, they're explosive. The defense will get better with a new coordinator and all of that this upcoming year, and you go through the draft and all that. All things are good. There's one problem with the Miami Dolphins. Who's in their conference? The Chiefs, the Bills, the Bengals, and, don't forget, the Baltimore Ravens, who, if they extend Lamar and go get some receiver help, the Ravens are going to be good again. So it's, in the Dolphins' case, they are good, but they have a tall hill to climb to get through said Super Bowl. The AFC, next year, it's going to be the same theme that was this year, where you have a lot of good teams, and it is a dogfight, comparably speaking to the NFC, which won't, again, be as good as the AFC. Eli writes, will the Raiders franchise tag Josh Jacobs? I think they will. I think the Raiders would be dumb to not bring back Josh Jacobs. After the year he just had, the Tulsa, Oklahoma native was fantastic this year with Las Vegas. They didn't give him the fifth-year option, so he's going to be a free agent this year. You might bring in Aaron Rodgers. Why not go all in? And I'm not a fan of giving running backs a second contract, and Josh Jacobs would be due a lot of money potentially if you do let him go to the open market. But a franchise tag, see what you get out of him this year, and then basically hold off things for another offseason to see how that essentially works for Josh Jacobs and whether or not he's worth another contract or not. But to me, a franchise tag, that makes sense. Will Josh Jacobs play for the Raiders next year? Will he play, and will he play on the franchise tag? What say you? Type Y for yes, type in for no. Let us know what you think. Will Josh Jacobs play for the Raiders next year? Y for yes, in for no. Let us know in the comments section. You might get an ad break. If so, take advantage of it. Get your votes in. Y for yes, in for no on Josh Jacobs. DeJuan writes, will Mike Evans be traded? Potentially speaking, yes. Mike Evans very well could be traded. The Bucs, you lose Tom Brady to retirement. He's gone now. And the other options, without Tom Brady there, and coming off a losing season where you just looked awful, let's be honest. Okay, that Bucs team, the offensive line was horrible. The run game stunk. The defense was down from what it was the last couple of years. They are closer to the bottom than they are the top. And with Brady out, this is the perfect time to rebuild and unload. Will they trade him? I think they'll try. If they get an offer they like, they certainly could, but that's what it comes down to. You can't say for sure whether a trade's going to happen or not because it all depends on what offers are out there. But I would say the likelihood of Mike Evans getting traded is pretty good. Today's show is presented by BetUS, the exclusive sportsbook partner of Chat Sports. Go to chatsports.com/bet, enter the promo code NFL Daily. You will get a 125% deposit bonus. Go to chatsports.com/bet, promo code NFL Daily for that deposit bonus. Put $100 down, get $125 to spend for free. Odds on the big game: Chiefs, Eagles, Super Bowl. Eagles a slight favorite by the thinnest of margins, just 1 point. The total over-under at 51 at this point in time. Very interesting to see those lines. The over-under's gone up. We've seen the line shift a little bit back and forth, but right now, the Eagles are that team. What's your bet going to be? Get your bets in now. Chatsports.com/bet. Promo code NFL Daily to get your bets in now. Jess writes in, let's say Titans trade up for Bears' number 1 pick and Texans take a quarterback at 2. Could the Colts trade up with the Cardinals out of fear of them trading away their pick to another QB-hungry team? Jess, absolutely that could happen. That is a situation where the Colts could trade with the Cardinals because the Cardinals already have their quarterback in Kyler Murray, and the Colts could potentially trade up, and the Cardinals end up with a ransom of some sorts. The one thing to keep in mind, though, as far as the Cardinals' position goes, the Cardinals were so bad on defense, they need some help. They might not want to miss on the opportunity to get Will Anderson or Jalen Carter or something like that. So it's a possibility, but remains to be seen. Flame says Derek Carr to the Buccaneers. Okay, Bucs fans that may be watching right now. Can you imagine how sad that would be? Get the sad violin out, whatever it may be. If you went from literally the greatest quarterback of all time in Tom Brady to a bum named Derek Carr, that would be like hell. That'd be a nightmare. That would just be awful. I would almost feel bad for Bucs fans. I don't feel bad for them because they did get a Super Bowl title in recent years. But if that's what the Bucs are going to do, good luck. That sounds like something the Bucs of like 4 years on back would have done. Derek Carr, yeah, another journeyman quarterback. Think about all the journeyman quarterbacks they had in the 2000s, the Jeff Garcias of the world. That seems like something those days would have done. But, okay, I mean, I guess it could happen, but I wouldn't feel good about it if I'm Tampa Bay. Thomas writes, can the Eagles afford to keep Javon Hargrave? That's a tricky question. We'll see. They're going to try, but they got a lot of mouths to feed. And remember, they still have to pay Jalen Hurts, too. It's not easy. There's going to have to be some things to work out. And Javon Hargrave, especially based on the way that he's played this year, his price tag has skyrocketed. It is way up from what it was going to be anyway. Will they? It's up in the air. I think they would like to keep him, and they'll do everything they could to try to keep him. But it's not a given at this point because he is going to be in high demand. Where will Javon Hargrave play next season? Will it be in Philly? Will it be somewhere else? Let us know in the comment section. Tell me where you think Javon Hargrave is going to end up playing next year. Folks, this is your place to be for the NFL offseason. We are your offseason headquarters here at NFL Daily by Chat Sports. We got multiple videos every single day. We're talking about the NFL, trades, free agency, the Super Bowl just around the corner. We also are covering the draft and everything in between. If you're not subscribed, what on earth are you waiting for? Do me a favor. Just do it for me. Do it for my loved ones, for my pets. Subscribe now. It doesn't cost you a thing. YouTube.com at Chat Sports. Turn on notifications so you never miss a moment. Should the 49ers draft offensive line? Maybe. I mean, you have the best left tackle of all time. So, I mean, could Trent Williams potentially retire? That's a possibility. So maybe you need a Trent Williams replacement or a guy to at least sit under Trent Williams. I mean, it's not a bad idea to draft offensive linemen. I think, here's the thing. When you look at this team of where they're at right now, the San Francisco 49er team, they are so good everywhere. I think, yeah, you probably should draft offensive linemen at some point, but as far as your priority goes, early in the draft, it should be best available. You can afford to do that when you're San Francisco right now. The Gabe writes, this is for all the Bears fans. We would love a Rob out of the NFC North. Aaron Rodgers, I think is what you mean there, Gabe. I completely understand. Bears fans, Vikings fans, Lions fans would love nothing more than to send Aaron Rodgers to prison. I'll say this much. To the Packers' credit, I'm not trying to hurt any wounds here for all the other NFC North fans. But as much as you may hate Aaron Rodgers, and I get it, he has owned all of you, not just Chicago. Look at the history of that franchise. They went from Brett Favre to Aaron Rodgers. You know, they had all those years with Bart Starr winning championships. The track record of the Packers is not just about any one player or any one quarterback. History says that even if the Packers move on from Aaron Rodgers, they're going to be back, and they are going to own that division more than likely. So you may want Aaron out, and I understand your frustrations of what Aaron has done to you, but history says the Packers will be back. Remember this conversation later. Donnie says, how important is the Super Bowl to Orlando Brown on getting a new deal with the Chiefs? I think that's an under reported storyline here, is that Orlando Brown didn't get the extension last offseason. Remember, they franchise tagged him. And this year, he didn't play that great for a lot of this year. If Orlando Brown has a really good performance, it is going to be hard to not keep him around in Kansas City to protect Patrick Mahomes and be that guy at the left tackle spot, especially considering they are going up against a historically good front seven there in Philadelphia. Something to keep in mind. It's going to be fascinating to see, but I think it's very important for Orlando Brown to have a good game so he can get paid, at the very least, so he can earn some money elsewhere potentially. But as far as getting back to the Chiefs goes, yes, he needs to play well Sunday, not only to try to win a ring, but for his own sake if he wants to stay in KC. Who do you got, Chiefs or Eagles? I'm rooting for Kansas City. I would love to see another Chiefs Super Bowl for selfish reasons. But I think Philly's going to get it done. Who do you got, KC or Philly? If you're rolling with the Chiefs, type KC. If you're going with Philadelphia, type PHI. Let us know in the comment section who you're rolling with, KC or Philly. Got time for a couple more here. Zachary writes, as a Packer fan, how much pain should I be ready for? I would say when it comes, I assume you're talking about Aaron Rodgers moving on. I'd be very sad. I'm not a big fan of Jordan Love personally. But as I said a moment ago, history says the Packers will be back. And you only got one ring out of Aaron to begin with. You guys should have won more, but that's a whole other story for another day.